Metering pump. Now we'll move on to the metering pump. This has a very important function in the mill spinning because it regulates the throughput rate and also the winding speed of the filament. So here, this what is the use of this throughput rate? Throughput rate is like an output rate, how much of the filament is produced, at what rate the filament is produced, and the winding speed. These two are controlled by this metering pump, and these two parameters finally decide the denier of the filament. So a metering pump must deliver the constant throughput irrespective of the back pressure felt from the choking filters in the spin pack, because from the metering pump this flow rate is controlled so that there will be some pressure in the fluid that before it goes to the spin pack. So here the pumps that are used as the metering pumps are the positive displacement pumps. We will see the diagram first how this metering pump works. If you see this diagram, you can see there is a metal plate here, and there are two gears that are, and inside the two gears there is a gear teeth, which you can see here. Here the two teeths are meshed together, and there is a small cavity here and here also. These two teeths are intermeshed together so that both can rotate like this in the anti-clockwise direction, so that from the manifold, or the finally from the static mixture, the fluid that is coming out, that will pass through this metering pump. So before it passes through the metering pump, it will get inside this metal plate, which is the metering pump only. When it goes inside the metal plate, there is a small cavity here. It will fill the cavity inside so that it will occupy the empty spaces in the teeth, so that once the teeth starts moving like this in this direction, so that the fluid also will move along with this, and then finally it will come out. So here, by this metering pump, the throughput rate and the winding speed is decided. How it is decided? It is decided because of the flow rate, because the fluid that is coming from the static mixture, that will occupy the empty spaces in the teeth, and when the teeth start moving, that will fluid will get emptied out, and it will flow out. So how much of the fluid has flown out, that is decided by a flow rate formula, that is the volume between the teeth. Here you can see how much volume is the of the teeth is there, and how much is the number of teeth, and into 2, because there are two types of gears that are intermeshed together, so into 2, into rpm, at what speed these gear teeth rotate, into the density of the polymeric melt. So once if you know this data, you can calculate the throughput rate. So here the amount of the teeth that is filled by the polymer and the amount of the teeth that is emptied, that if you know, then you can calculate the throughput rate of the polymer. So once it passes from the metering pump, it moves on to the next device, which is the spin pack. And here you must note that the fluid that is passing from the static mixture to this metering pump will have some pressure, and before it enters the spin pack, it will have some pressure, so that that pressure will be controlled in the spin pack device. Now you can see the diagram of the spin pack device here. Spin pack is actually an assembly which contains some 3 components. Here if you see this diagram, you have a conical type of a shape here, and there is a filter pack here, and there is a distributor here, and there is a spinneret plate. So the fluid, once it exits from the metering pump, it will enter this conical chamber. So that what is the why not it enter directly to the to the other devices through the winding or something, because the fluid that is entering will have more pressure. So this pressure should be controlled. Otherwise, it will lead to higher pressure drop. The pressure will be higher at the exit of the metering pump, and more lesser will be in the inside when it goes inside the swing pack assembly. So that the pressure has to be the fluid that is coming out that should flow in a it should contain a lesser pressure drop. Otherwise, it will require more energy to push the polymer inside. So here, if you observe this assembly, it contains three different components which I have showed you. So here, first component which we need to discuss is the uh, filter meshes. Filter meshes means these are the filtering chambers. There are some 3 to 5 individual filter meshes will be there, starting with the coarser filter and go on, it will become finer and finer. What is the use of these filters? Because the melt, as I have told you, when it comes from the um, when it comes from the metering pump, that will have a high amount of pressure, so that before entering the filtering filter pack, it will first enter this conical shaped entry, which is the spin pack screw cap. So that because why what is the reason for this conical entry? This conical entry will regulate the pressure drop. It will align the molecules to some extent, so that the filaments will get properly here the filaments are not made, since we have only the polymeric melt. In the molecular level, the molecules will get aligned to some extent, and also the pressure will get regulated because of the presence of this conical shape. And once the polymer pass inside the conical shape, it will go to the filter pack. And filter pack, as I have told you, there are 3 to 5 individual filter meshes. And once it goes to the coarse filter, where the bigger size of the particles, like any kind of unwanted materials in the polymeric melt, like contamination, polymeric gels, or any kind of hard materials, if it is present, which are not required in the fluid, that will be filtered in the coarse filter. And when you go on for increasing the making the filter finer, at the last filter will be the finest filter, which will even filter any kind of a minute small sized micron level particles. You will the criteria is the polymeric fluid should be completely filtered out, so that we do not need any undesirable particles inside the in the fluid. We need only some desired particles. For example, if we have added any kind of a finishing agent, like a flame retardant finish along with the polymer, or if you have added any kind of a delustrant, like a delustering agent like titanium dioxide, or we have added any kind of an UV protection finish in the melting chamber. Apart from that, we do not want any unwanted materials, because if unwanted materials or particles are there, if those particles are bigger than the size of the 1 by 10th of the diameter of the filament, what will happen is it will lead to the catastrophic break. So finally, the polymeric fluid, after it passes from spin pack to the next portion, next devices, it will the filament, after it is manufactured, it will break, so that the polymeric melt should be filtered more. Normally, after the extruder itself, there will be a filter which will filter out any kind of an unwanted material, but still there are more number of filters present in the spin pack to filter out the unwanted materials. And once it uh, passes from the spin pack, it goes to the next chamber called the distributor, which you have seen in this diagram here. Here it is shown here. This distributor, as the name indicates, this is to ensure the proper supply of the polymeric melt to the all the spinneret holes. Here you see the diagram. This is the spinneret holes, which has a little large diameter. The entry has a large diameter, so that it ensure the proper supply of the polymer melt to the all the spinneret holes. So that another use of this distributor is there is no dead volume, so that whatever polymeric fluid that enters the spin pack, that is completely utilized. There is no any kind of a vacuum present. There should not be any kind of a vacuum should be present in that, so that distributor takes care of these things. And once it passes from the distributor, it finally goes to the spinneret plate. Spinneret plates, as you can see in this figure, it is the like a metal plate, a thick metal plate which contains small minute holes that is drilled. You can see multiple minute holes that are drilled here. This spinneret plate has a larger diameter at the entry, and when it at the exit it will have a smaller diameter. Here you see, I have already told you, because of the presence of this conical shaped surface here, the polymer enters with a the pressure drop is controlled, so that the polymer will have a lesser pressure drop, and also the alignment of the molecules also taken care of. So here, once it enters the spinneret plate, and when it exits from the spinneret plate, the fluid will be transformed into a strand where the filament is actually made. So the shape, the use of the spinneret is, it gives the shape to the polymer. The cross-sectional shape to the polymer is obtained by the filament is obtained by the spinneret. This, depending upon the requirement, you may need a circular filament, or a trilobal filament, or a hexalogal filament, or a hollow filament. So depending upon that, you can design the spinneret so that you will get the desired cross-sectional shape.